everybody, and welcome along to Transfer Talk.
Arsenal remain interested in signing Atletico Madrid's Argentina striker Julián Alvarez. Atletico do not want to sell their star man, and despite initial talks taking place at ownership level, there remains a big gap between the club's valuations. That's according to Sky in Italy. It's thought Alvarez's preference is a move to Barcelona.
Psychological effect on them, the fact that they're not getting him with just 2 weeks today until their first game.
If you're a player, of course, you want these top players to come in and try and push you to the next level and try and get that one over the line in terms of the Champions League, which has eluded them for so long. So yes, you'll be speaking about it in the dressing room, and you'd be gutted a little bit that you're not getting this player in. But you know, that's down to the management. That's down to Mikel Arteta to bring them together, go out and buy another couple of players or another player, and you know, they're Premier League holders. They've got a title challenge to deal with this season, and back to back it could be back to back Premier Leagues, and that's down to him to get the players on board.
Yeah. Without a doubt, he was one of the best players for Arsenal last season. I mean, without him, we would never get into the position that we got in the last few weeks, and he deserves massive credit. He certainly credit from all of us, all the coaches, myself, and especially his teammates. We know that without him, we will never reach the level and the way that we competed throughout 10 months. At the end, yeah, he didn't play that much. He still plays some important minutes, but he didn't play that much. But no one can neglect the importance of what we did and how important he is for us.
We were both at the Champions League semi-final in Madrid.
We were, yeah. And
Diego Simeone basically said, yeah, Arsenal are interested, PSG are interested, Barcelona are interested. And you kind of thought, are they actually actively looking to sell him? Because why would he be saying something like that? But that's just Diego Simeone, I guess. They don't want to sell him. He's got €500 million release clause. There's been all that back and forth, very public back and forth between Atletico Madrid and Barcelona. The issue Arsenal have got, well, it's two issues: the price, but also he wants to go to Barcelona. Now, Atletico Madrid, number one, don't want to sell him, but if they did, the ideal scenario would be to sell him outside La Liga, which is why Arsenal are wise just to keep their interest alive in a player that could possibly be allowed to leave. And then it comes down to the will of the player again. Is he, if that deal gets sorted, does he actually want to go back to the Premier League, or is his heart completely set, as we believe it to be on Barcelona? The other
Transfer strategy, the fact that Bruno Guimaraes is the same age as Ezri Konsa, 28, you know, that they're not interested in, well, they may well make some of those signings, but in terms of the tried and tested, that's what they're going for here now. Two players that they know can slip in and start big games for the champions.
Absolutely. And, you know, you look at the signings, it's just an absolute sign of intent. You look to the performance in the Community Shield, and then you add Bruno Guimaraes to that squad. You add Ezri Konsa, another seasoned Premier League player. To answer your question, it's screaming, we want to win as many competitions and trophies as we can now. If it was an NBA or NFL terms, you'd be calling them a win-now team. And that's what it feels like under Mikel Arteta, having really built this squad at the beginning of his tenure. It feels like a second phase of the Mikel Arteta era already, where they are going to be the favourites for most competitions, if not all of them, that they compete in.
Dan, thank you very much. It is a big story, and it is developing quickly. Tim Sherwood joined us here on Sky Sports News earlier to give us his...
Arsenal have reportedly completed one of the most sensational transfer deals of the summer, reaching an agreement with Atlético Madrid for the signing of Julián Alvarez. In a stunning development, the proposed deal sees Brazilian winger Gabriel Martinelli move in the opposite direction, with Arsenal also paying an additional £95 million to secure Alvarez's services. The blockbuster agreement would represent a huge statement of intent from Arsenal and Mikel Arteta. Alvarez is widely regarded as one of the most complete forwards in European football, capable of playing as a centre-forward, second striker, or attacking midfielder. His versatility and finishing ability could give Arsenal another devastating attacking option. Martinelli's inclusion in the deal would make the transfer even more dramatic. The Brazilian has been an important figure at Arsenal, particularly because of his pace, direct running and ability to attack defenders. However, Arsenal would apparently be prepared to part ways with him if it means bringing a world-class striker such as Alvarez to the Emirates. The reported £95 million additional payment underlines just how highly Arsenal value Alvarez. Atlético Madrid would be receiving both a significant financial package and an established Premier League attacker in Martinelli. For Arsenal, meanwhile, the investment would be focused on bringing in a player capable of making an immediate impact at the highest level. Alvarez's potential arrival could completely transform Arsenal's attacking options. The Argentine forward possesses excellent movement, intelligent pressing, technical quality and a proven ability to score important goals. His ability to combine with Arsenal's creative players could make the Gunners considerably more dangerous in the final third. For Arteta, having Alvarez available would provide enormous tactical flexibility. The manager could deploy him centrally, use him alongside another striker or allow him to operate between the lines. That versatility could become particularly valuable during a long season involving domestic and European competition. The transfer would also raise major questions about Arsenal's attacking hierarchy. If Alvarez arrives, competition for places would become fierce, with established forwards fighting to remain in Arteta's strongest 11. The Argentine's arrival would signal that Arsenal are determined to build an attack capable of competing with Europe's biggest clubs. From Atlético Madrid's perspective, receiving Martinelli could provide a new dimension to their attack. His explosive pace and ability to play from either flank could fit perfectly into a team that values intensity and transition football. The Spanish side would therefore potentially gain both a substantial financial package and a talented replacement. Arsenal supporters would undoubtedly have mixed emotions about Martinelli leaving. The Brazilian has developed a strong connection with the club and has produced memorable moments in an Arsenal shirt. However, the possibility of welcoming a player of Alvarez's caliber could make the sacrifice easier for many fans to accept. If the reported agreement is officially completed, it could become one of the defining transfers of Arsenal's summer. Martinelli plus £95 million for Julián Alvarez would be an extraordinary piece of business and a clear indication of Arsenal's ambitions. The big question now is whether Alvarez can deliver the goals, trophies, and decisive moments expected from such a massive investment.